And before we start discussing any further, here are the top 5 developments at this hour. Of course, early trends have started trickling in and they're suggesting that the ruling Bharatiya Janata Party has taken the lead. And gradually, the NDA ahead of the India Alliance in early trends. That is the biggest development at the moment. Initial leads suggest that NDA will has kind of crossed the 200 mark, and postal ballots are being counted first, and of course that is what is leading to the current trends. And counting of votes on 543 constituencies is underway. Of course, counting started at 8 a.m. local time, and it has just been about a few minutes since then, and these are the initial trends we will be beginning with at the moment.
All right, so this is what is happening at this moment as we speak. We are 35 minutes since the counting of votes, in fact, has begun. Now, remember, 6 weeks and 7 phases of voting ended in the world's largest democratic exercise. And India will, of course, finally find out the results in a few hours from now. Let's, in fact, listen in to a few of the reactions that are coming in as the counting of the votes is currently underway.
The country is just waiting for the result to come out, for the loyalties, for the love and the confidence that they have put on Modi ji. They would want the entire world to know that it's Modi ji only who can come back and who should come back. Then that's what they want to show today. That's what they want to hear for what they have shown in all the 7 phases.
I know for a fact that there was no cross-voting in the last election. Mr. Divakaran had a very, very strong belief that he was going to do well, and I think the left rallied behind him very solidly. I don't think there was any cross-voting at all. In any case, neither have we benefited from cross-voting in the past, nor did we expect to see any cross-voting this time. We will win on our own merits or we will fail, but my own view is we are winning.
Total confidence we have. Comfortably we are going to win. From our party, all the 3 candidates, not only our candidates, 3 candidates, from BJP also in Karnataka, minimum, our BJP friends also will get minimum 20 seats.
All right, so those were some of the reactions of some of the prominent leaders who are contesting these elections. And to tell us as to what the Congress's strategy is and how it is faring in these early trends and leads that have coming out, we're being joined by Ms. Swati Chandrasekhar, who's the national spokesperson of the Congress. She's joining us live from New Delhi. Ms. Chandrasekhar, this is a crucial election for the Congress party. Now, you know, according to the leads and trends that are coming in, these are still very, very early leads and trends. It does appear that the BJP has a clear march on the Congress. What is your reading?
As you have very rightly mentioned, this is just the early trends. So please wait for the miracles to happen. As part of, the India Alliance, it's not just as a Congress spokesperson I'm speaking. We are very confident, especially the meetings that's been conducted in the last 2-3 days, and also the booth agents who have worked for us and the data that we have collected.
Right.
And this is actually going to be a very surprising elections across the country. And I'm sure even stock markets also predicted the same thing in the second half of yesterday. So anyways, leaving all that aside, I have to tell you something very clearly, that people have understood the 10 years of Modi government or Modi rule or BJP government, which has not given them anything apart from inflation, apart from increasing the
Ms. Chandrasekhar, if I can just interject there, I get your point. I mean, you are the spokesperson of the Congress party, so you'll obviously talk about the anti-incumbency which the BJP should suffer. But I want you to weigh in on what Mallikarjun Kharge said immediately after the exit poll numbers came out. He said, forget the exit polls, the Congress party with its alliance will win 295 seats. And looking at these early trends and leads, do you think the Congress is anywhere near reaching that mark of 295, which would effectively mean that the Congress-led alliance could form the government?
The counting has just started. It's not been even 30-35 minutes the counting has started. And I think we need to actually wait and see how Congress is progressing and India Alliance is progressing. Instead of, because I understand during exit polls, we try to bring in the numbers of news channels. And before exit polls, we try to make some predictions after every phase of elections. But today is the counting day, and I think we need to wait for Election Commission to announce the and wait for the miracles to happen. And I definitely stand by the words of our President Shri Mallikarjun
You know, the
Kharge.
word that you seem to be
it's a
stressing
miracle.
on
Yeah,
is
we-
miracles.
all-
Is the
all of
Congress
us have
hoping
caught
for a
on to
miracle?
that. We're all hoping. Is the India bloc hoping for a miracle to really get that number? Because you're suggesting that all the exit polls are incorrect, even the initial trends are incorrect. But is it only a miracle which can get the India bloc to get that 295 figure now?
See, it's not a miracle. We are telling it is a miracle because the whole exit polls predicted, and there are many political pundits who predicted that India Alliance would be losing badly. I'm using the word miracle only because of that. But this is people's mandate which will bring us to the power, not any miracle or not any astrological predictions. I'm being very clear on this.
Right.
Understand that there is a 7% voting decline in the main Hindi heartland where BJP was very confident of getting the seats. Please tell us that if the vote share is declined, it is definitely going to affect BJP with having so much of numbers. We are talking even with respect to data. We are not just talking with. We are not blindly telling that exit polls are wrong. We are not telling early trends are wrong. But we are still very hopeful that we are going to make it to the power somewhere in the border. Is what as of now we are predicting. But whatever it is, at the end of the day, people's mandate is ultimate, and we will wait for the results, and we are very hopeful and confident of it.
Mr. Chandrasekhar, what do you make of the opinions that have come in regarding how the BJP has made inroads in areas which they were always stigmatized for, of having no presence in, in the southern parts of the country, to be specific?
See, it's very easy to come up with issues and try to divide people on the basis of religion and to make inroads. But where is the conversion of seats? I belong to southern India. I'm from Karnataka, so I follow south very closely. So let me go on talking about each state individually. Coming to Karnataka, BJP is losing very badly. They had 25 seats in the past in the 2019 elections, and this time BJP inner sources tell that they're not confident of winning anything more than 12 to 15. So when this is the case, where they're losing badly, and even in Tamil Nadu, their vote share might increase, I'm not denying that fact, but there is no conversion of seats with respect to that. And maybe that, talking against the present DMK government and due to the disturbance in AIADMK with the presence of no proper leader, so BJP has definitely taken an advantage of the situation, but it is not definitely going to come to power or make inroads. This is just initial, growth that is happening in Tamil Nadu.
All
and
right.
even with respect to Telangana, we have formed the government and we are actually increasing our tally.
All right.
And there will be a shift of BRS votes a bit to BJP, but again, there is no seat
Mr.
conversion.
Chandrasekhar, I think you've made your point. You're trying to very forcefully put out that the Congress is, of course, in the game and it is fighting hard, and especially in the south, it will continue to retain the bastion. Do stay on with us. Let's, in fact, bring in my colleague Siddhant Sabal, who's joining us from New Delhi. This is another crucial place where the India Alliance and the BJP are in a neck-and-neck contest. These are live shots which are just coming in of Shashi Tharoor, who's in fact performing a puja at this moment. It's fascinating. This is something that all these political leaders do. The minute they want some results to go in their favor, every political party does this. They immediately head off to temples, and this is what they in fact do. This is something which is very interesting. It's also optics, and it's also their hope that.
And to show these visuals soon after the Congress spokesperson said they're waiting for a miracle, it kind of goes in the same line. As of now, we can now, like to speak with our correspondent, Siddharth MP, who's joining us from Chennai. Siddharth, we were speaking about the Rivanna case earlier. There has been a major stress on the women voters. Do you feel that had any impact on the women voters and to sway them? Because BJP has relied on the women voter essentially, and that has been a trump card in this election as well.
So, Shivan, we have to remember that this Revanna case actually came up after the first phase of voting in Karnataka, which concluded on April 26th.
Yes.
And it's only thereafter that this case actually came up as a big conversation point in Karnataka and also even across the country. And then, of course, Prajwal Revanna has also fled the country that weekend, right after polling in Karnataka. That weekend, he fled the country. So this is something that will impact voters largely in the northern belts of Karnataka, which voted a week after April 26th. But let's keep in mind some factors. It's just not this Prajwal Revanna case that in 1 week can change people's opinions. It's also opinions that are formed over a longer period of time that impact voters in a big way. So the Congress government in Karnataka has rolled out welfare measures specifically aimed at women, including free bus rides, monthly financial assistance for women, and so on. So these are schemes that directly target the women. These are schemes that directly impact the women heads of the household who are responsible for running the house, maintaining the expenses and so on. So this is something that has to be watched out for, whether women voters are already captivated towards the Congress and India alliance. If that's the case, then a Prajwal Revanna case does not matter. Then, there's no need to, draw people away from the BJP or the JDS or the NDA alliance. If the Congress's state government has managed to captivate women voters and their imagination by the means of their schemes over the last year and a half, then it means that clearly it will be a setback for the BJP, because women in India are a substantial number of voters, and often we see that women turn out in larger numbers than men for voting. So as you pointed out, yes, women are a key factor, but we have to wait and watch whether it's explicitly the Prajwal Revanna case, or whether it's also other, welfare schemes that really benefited the women that are making a difference in favor of the India alliance.